How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Skyrim video. I recently made a video going over the hardest choices you can make in Skyrim. Check that video out if you haven't already. But that got me thinking, those are some of the hardest choices to make in Skyrim. But what are the worst choices you can make in Skyrim? And believe me, there's a lot of them. But I have for you guys just 6 for you. And let me know in the comments which ones you think are worse, or if you think any of these are actually good decisions that you should make. But the first one I have for you is being an Argonian for non-roleplay reasons. This is probably one of the worst decisions you can make. If you want to just roleplay as an Argonian, or you just like the way they look, then that's fine. Do what you want to do. But if you actually think they have a strategic advantage, you're kind of wrong. All of their starting stats are all really bad, and the specific skills that they do have, like, advantages in, don't really complement each other that well as their master skill, like the skill that they have that has the level 25 starting at the beginning. It's lockpicking. Why? Why would you ever want to have lockpicking super high? Like, I get it, the higher your lockpicking, the easier it is to pick locks, but only marginally. And at the beginning, you're only really coming across novice and apprentice, maybe adept level locks. So it's like, yeah, it does not really affect you in any way, and it's just a massive waste when that could be a skill that's actually needed to level up and difficult, like destruction or restoration, or possibly even like heavy armor, like a skill like that. The only saving grace is the hiss skin ability, but even that has limited usage. Argonian, just a bad choice to make overall. The next bad choice I have for you is choosing Azura's star over the Black Star. So I actually made a video on this before, an entire video dedicated to this, and for those of you who don't know what the Azura or the Black Star is, basically the Azura's star is an infinitely refilling soul gem that you can use endlessly. So normally when you enchant something with a soul gem, it's completely gone, disintegrated. But the Azura's star, you can use it infinite times. And on top of that, you can fill the Azura's star with any soul that is petty, lesser, common, greater, or grand. So any soul except for black souls. The Black Star, on the other hand, it's the exact same thing. However, it can only trap black souls. No petty, no common, no lesser, none of that. Only black souls in the Black Star. And, well, the reason why picking the Azura's star is the bad choice, even though it has more flexibility, is because why would you ever want a petty, lesser, or a common, or even a greater soul? Why would you want those? Basically, if you don't know, a black soul is a human soul, and it has equal strength to a grand soul. The only way of getting grand souls is by killing mammoths. So basically, the Black Star is way better because if you kill a bandit or a forsworn, you get a black soul. So not only are they incredibly common, but they're the most powerful. So you get the most recharge on recharging a weapon, the most enchanting power on enchanting an item. It's just stupid to pick Azura's star for anything other than a roleplay reason. Now the next one may be a little bit controversial. However, I'm just gonna say it, it's a bad decision. If you choose to join the Dawn Guard over the vampires, again, if you do it for a roleplay reason, then it's whatever, I guess. But, in my humble opinion, the vampire side of things is just more fun, and it's more fleshed out. And I almost feel like Bethesda intended you to choose the vampire side when they made the DLC, seeing as a lot of things kind of don't get explained as well if you choose the Dawn Guard side. It's not quite as clear as when you join the vampire. Especially, my main criticism for this, and again, I made another video on this topic as well. But my main criticism is that if you've never done the DLC before and you choose to side with the Dawn Guard, it basically just feels like the companions, but instead of fighting Silverhand, you're fighting vampires. It just feels like the exact same thing as the companions, but with new voice actors, I guess. So, but when you join the vampires, you have a complete array of unique experiences, unique people, and a unique perspective, as well as you actually get explained how everything's happening from the people who are making the decisions, from Harkin, rather than just like picking up notes on dead bodies like you would if you choose the Dawn Guard. Anyways, the next one I have for you is to choose, when you're enchanting a weapon, to choose the most powerful yet least durability enchantment. So what I mean is when you enchant an item, basically you have a slider that chooses how effective it is, but the more effective it is, the less charge it has. The less effective it is, the more charge it has. One of the worst decisions you can make is to go all the way up on the effectiveness, basically making like a sword that does the most damage, but you can only use it like 10 times. That's incredibly stupid unless you have a ridiculous abundance of sword gems and you have the patience of a saint to constantly be refueling it. Unless that's you, then you really just want to go for something kind of in the middle. Something with a charge of about 120, 150. Something like that I feel like is what you really need. Another incredibly stupid decision is when you commit a crime, choosing to go to jail over paying your bounty. Now, first of all, avoiding the guards can be pretty easy anyways, so for non-roleplay reasons, you kind of don't have to do either of those options most of the time, unless you end up accruing a massive bounty to the point where they're always aggroed on you, then you kind of gotta do something about it. But choosing to go to jail is actually way worse than paying your bounty, even if your bounty is like 1,500. It would actually be better to just give up the 1,500 bucks, because going to jail reduces your skills depending on how long you're in jail. So what that means, I don't think it actually takes away levels. So if you have one-handed at level 67, but you also have a little bit of XP, so you're like 67 and 3/4. So you're almost 68. If you go to jail, some skills at random will be affected. Basically, if one-handed is one of the skills that gets affected, it will go straight back down to 67, and you will lose that 3/4 of a level up. And that happens depending on how long you're in jail. More and more skills will be affected, so it won't just be one-handed, and it won't be, just a few others. It might be a lot of them. So you really just want to... It depends what you value more. Do you value money or time? And in Skyrim, money is very easy to come by, so I choose time. And the final and also slightly controversial worst decision to make is to play completely vanilla. Now listen, okay, I'm not a heavy into modded kind of person, but at the same time, I almost never play completely vanilla. And when I do play completely vanilla, I always use the Creation Club stuff that I got when I bought Anniversary Edition. I don't care what you say, Skyrim came out in 2011. To play unmodded is to play a game from 2011, and honestly, that's fine, but you're going to enjoy it like 3 or 4 times, maybe even like 10 times more, if you just get some quality of life mods, some aesthetic mods, and some nice overhauls to make it a more modern game. Because really, Skyrim is an amazing game, but it can definitely use a hand to keep up with the over a decade of time that has passed since it was made. Although that being said, I do enjoy vanilla from time to time again. I just enjoy it more when it's slightly modded. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you think I was wrong about any of these things, please do let me know in the comments. But if you think I was right, also let me know. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.